Adult gaming has gone through a massive growth spurt recently. With most people being stuck at home and being bored, all forms of entertainment became hugely sought after. This led to the obscure and niche adult gaming community increasing significantly, and to the rise of revenues for the game creators. If you want to jump in and make an adult game, either because you have a great idea, or just for a piece of that sweet cash, this video will help you get started. Even if you aren't going to be making a new game, this video will help you appreciate the effort that goes into making adult games we love. You don't need any experience in coding or 3D modeling, but you have to understand that developing these games is not easy. It takes a lot of time and effort to get to an acceptable state, and you'll have to spend some money. I repeat, do not go into this thinking it's going to be easy. You have to be patient, and have to keep up your energy and passion for what you want to create. My advice is to first start by making a couple of tech demos, and see if this is something that you can do, and that you have the motivation to plow through hours of coding to rectify bugs. Now that you've understood the fact that this isn't going to be easy, let's go into the technical details. First, you need to choose the game engine on which you want to develop your game. This depends on what kind of game you want to develop, and how you want to develop it. If you spend any time playing adult games, I don't need to introduce you to Renpi. Renpi is a visual novel engine, used by thousands of creators from around the world, that helps you use words, images, and sounds to tell interactive stories that run on computers and mobile devices. These can be both visual novels and live simulation games. The easy-to-learn script language allows anyone to efficiently write large visual novels, while its Python scripting is enough for complex simulation games. Renpi is open source and free for commercial use, meaning you don't have to pay to use Renpi. It can be as simple or complex as you want to be. You can make simple visual novels and complex open games in Renpi. And because it is so widely used, there are a lot of resources online to help you get started with Renpi. I'll leave links to some resources below the like button. If you are a beginner with little experience in game development or coding, I recommend Renpi for you. Depack Renpi and Decompile Renpi are resources that allow a user to break down Renpi games into their parts, as well as open up the code to study or modify. They are useful for learning how successful Renpi games are made, and how certain things are done. Summertime Saga by Dark Cookie, 4 Elements Trainer by Mighty, Dating My Daughter by Murdots, Games Princess Trainer, Witch Trainer and Star Channel 34 by Akaber, Lab Rats by Vren, and many more games were made using Renpi. The next engine on the list is RPG Maker. As the name suggests, this is primarily used for making RPGs. It is primarily used in games with a pixelated 2D art style with small sprites, depending on what you want to make and how much you want to pay. There are multiple tiers of RPG Maker. RPG Maker MZ is the highest tier at $80. It's the most recent version of RPG Maker to be released, and it is the most complete version. It comes with all the features of its lower tiers, and it includes a map editor, layer function, character generator, and a lot of included assets. RPG Maker MV is the next tier, and it also costs $80 United States dollars. The runtime package is now included. MV uses JavaScript for customization purposes. It exports to Mac, Windows, Android, iOS, and HTML5, and it is supported up to 2,000 unique items. It includes front-or-side view battle modes and a higher resolution than the previous RPG Maker. RPG Maker VX Ace is a $70 tier. It has up to 999 unique tilisets, and maps can have up to 63 unique encounter regions. It also has a built-in character generator for custom sprites. RPG Maker VX tier costs $60. It has a GUI database to create characters, enemies, skills, and magic. It includes an event editor to create game scenes and interactive points of interest without programming knowledge, and it is also able to import tools and assets from the online community or what you've made yourself. RPG Maker XP is a $25 tier. It has a front-view turn-based battle system in classic RPG fashion and event commands, which can be put together in a variety of ways. RPG Maker 2003 is $20 and the cheapest and oldest version of RPG Maker. It only has a side-view battle system, and almost everything is made using a point-and-click interface. It is also limited to 16-bit graphics. Noxian Knights, The Last Sovereign, Lily of the Valley, A Zombie's Life and Roundscape are some of the games made using RPG Maker. Twine is an open-source tool for telling interactive, non-linear stories. You don't need to write any code to create a simple story with Twine, but you can extend your stories with variables, conditional logic, images, CSS, and JavaScript when you're ready. Twine publishes directly to HTML, so you can post your work nearly anywhere. Anything you create with it is completely free to use any way you like, including for commercial purposes. Twine is pretty limited, but if you want to make text-based games, this is the way to go. Toronto Builder is another visual novel development tool. It costs $15, and the website claims that it is very easy to use. It has pretty low system requirements, and from what I can tell, it isn't too bad for beginners. It has a drag-and-drop editor with 3D character animation, camera pan, zoom, and tilt, video backdrops, a sample asset library, and it can export to almost all the important platforms. You can create any 2D or 3D game with Unity. You can make it with ease, you can make it highly optimized and beautiful, and you can deploy it with a click to more platforms than you have fingers and toes. What's more, you can use Unity's integrated services to speed up your development process, optimize your game, connect with an audience, and achieve success. Unity is very widely used in mobile game development. In adult games, it is primarily used to make 3D games, but it can be used to make visual novels too. If you want to learn game development to develop all kinds of games, I recommend learning Unity development. As for the cost, it is free for personal use, but Unity Plus costs $25 a month. As far as I can tell, you can just use the personal edition to publish your games, so you don't need to spend any money. And because it is such a dominant game development platform, there are a lot of learning resources for Unity. There are also a lot of assets available for use in Unity games. Something Unlimited by Sunset Riders 7, Pokabi by Oxypotion and House Party by Eek are some famous games made using Unity. Unreal Engine 4 is a complete suite of game development tools made by game developers, for game developers. From mobile games to high-fidelity VR experiences to console blockbusters, Unreal Engine 4 gives you everything you need to start, ship, grow and stand out from the crowd. Unreal Engine is the engine that is used in the development of AAA games. I don't recommend using this because it requires a beefy system and a lot of effort. Unreal Engine is free to use with a 5% cut of the revenue after you ship your game, and if it makes more than $1 million. I'll go into where to get the art and assets for your game in the next part of this video. You'll find links to a lot of resources in the description. You can also find a lot more about them by doing a simple Google search. Making this video took a lot of time and effort. So, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you want me to keep making these videos and bringing news, reviews and videos about adult games, consider supporting me on Patreon. There is also a Discord server you can join. You'll find links to all of these in the description below.